Welcome to Unemployed Bartender. My name is Robert. This week's cocktail is the classic Chicago Fizz. It is not a well-known cocktail. In fact, in my research, I wasn't able to find out why it's called Chicago Fizz, since it is. The research I did see was it was on the menu in the Waldorf Astorias in New York City. So, but truth be told, I did not do a whole lot of research. It's a great cocktail, and so let's begin. We first need is 1.5 ounces of aged rum. Don't use your best stuff. It's still a cocktail. Use a good one, but not your best stuff. And then we need 1.5 ounces of port. I'm going to use a ruby port. I think it's a little bit fruitier, a little bit lighter, and a little bit sweeter. But if you prefer tawny port, go ahead and use tawny port. Like I always say, these are not the correct ways to make these drinks. These are the ways I like to make them, the way I like to drink them. Then we're going to need about 4 kind of large bar spoons of powdered sugar. If you don't want it sweet, you put a little bit less. If you want it sweeter, put a little bit more. And then some fresh squeezed lemon juice. We're going to need 3/4 ounce. I like to squeeze it into a dish first so I can be accurate when I measure it. So get my trusty scissors. Okay. So 3/4 ounce of fresh squeezed lemon juice. And the last ingredient is sort of the controversial ingredient, is egg white. A lot of people are nervous about using egg white in cocktails because it's raw, but as per the USDA, eggs you buy in the supermarket are pasteurized, so the risk of foodborne illness is pretty low. So we can use 1 medium-sized egg white. I use a slotted spoon and just do it right into a dish. In fact, that one gave me a lot, so we don't use the whole thing. Now we're going to shake this without ice for quite a bit, about a minute, because you really want to emulsify that sugar and the egg white before we add ice. Then we'll shake it again when we add ice. So right now, let's just shake this for about a minute. Okay, it's been about a minute. Now we want to reshake with some ice. We still need to chill it and give it a little bit of dilution. This one you don't have to shake as long. It's done its job with the egg white. And with cold drinks, we always like to use a cold glass. Hot drinks, use a hot glass. Right? And we're also going to give this some bubbles. So when you pour this together, it seems to do well with the froth. But we're going to save a little bit in the shaker, because as you can see, much like a Guinness, this has a cascading effect. So you want it to settle a little bit before we add the rest of it. So it creates a nice head. So let's put that in the fridge for just a minute. And to further emphasize using egg white on this drink, it is traditional because in the 20s and pre-Prohibition, they used it as a hangover cure, believe it or not. So they need that protein. So it's got the hair of the dog that bit you, which is the booze, some sugar, some bubbles, and a little bit of protein. So that'll help with making you feel better after a long night of drinking. However, we always emphasize, drink responsibly. But that's kind of the background on it. It's a great drink whether you have a hangover or not. So that has settled nicely. As you can see, it has created a little bit of a head on top. And now we can pour the rest in. And there we have it, Chicago Fizz. Thanks for watching. We'll have another cocktail next week. If you liked, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Thank you very much.